So let's see the quick demo of PostgreSQL in VS Code extension, and also we have to see over here this nice visualization providing by the VS Code our database, Postgres database. And also there is a one more flexibility provide where I can just create talked with the database, and we can prepare our query based on that our requirement. So if I ask for example, okay, so let me ask this query, like prepare a query for inventory and their sales, because I have the database which have inventory and sales. And let's see how actually they create a query. Now see, it's just creating a query along with the giving the output. So if you I can see show you over here, for example, see whatever that we have the database, just fetch that query, just prepare this query. I'll show you a little bit so where the query, but the you can see that output also it's providing in the copilot, so which is actually handling in the VS Code this complete database. And even if I just copy this query, and if I just new query over here and just paste it over there, now see also they are preparing complete query with the join and all everything for the Postgres query. And if I just execute, you will see that same result which we have in our database, which also provide the copilot. So those are things we will set up in my local and show you how we can easily create our Postgres SQL database in our local, and how we can integrate or how we can use it in our in our applications with the one clicks. Okay, so let's moving to implementation. So before implementation, I'm especially recommend if you first time visit my channel. So this is my channel, which is .NET real world example. And if you want to learn many things, like if you want to prepare game, and if you want to front end back end full stack developer and AI integration and all, so you can learn many things over here. Okay, so yeah, let's moving to start to implementation. So let me open a VS Code over here. So make sure you have just installed first VS Code. Okay, and once you install VS Code, you will see your VS Code is over there, and you have to record one extension which is provide VS Code extension. So if you go to this extension place, yeah, so PostgreSQL, which is this one. So this is new extension actually provided by that Microsoft. Okay, so just install this one. And yeah, once you install, I already have installed, so that's why already it's disabled. But yeah, if you first time, so definitely you have to install, and it is now it in a preview version. Okay, so it is not a release version. And also see there's some example also over there which you can just prefer, but don't worry, I'll tell you everything from here. You don't need to do anything additionally. Okay, so once you install, you will see your new extension will be available in this in this three dot. So whatever three dot, whatever new extension you just tool install, you will able to see over here. So as of now, my extension would be PostgreSQL, so I can just choose this one. So once you choose this one, so now see, previously I just set up one thing, but don't worry, I'll just show you from the scratch. So what I'll do, simply I can remove this one. Okay, and once you remove, you will see this is that blank connection and all, right? So there is a couple of options they are providing over here, which it is just create a group, right? Add a new connections and create a new server. So if you want to create a new server from your local, so you can choose this option. Okay, so let me create this option. So once you create this option, now see there's a two-way. You can just create it. Either you can use that Azure, in Azure database, and second one also if you Docker. So currently I have a Docker in my local, so I'll use, but later on I'll show you for that Azure one also. So click on that, and make sure before starting this using the Docker mechanism, so just install your Docker in your local. Okay, in your operating system. So I have already installed my Docker. This is my Docker, and I have Docker. Just sit only just Docker desktop is fine, whatever are things. So let me over there on also okay, yeah, minimize that, and then just get started. So once you get started, now see they are trying to check the Docker version and all, though everything is installed, everything is fine. Then they will asking to, okay, let me continue. If your Docker is not installed and it is not available and it is not meeting, so definitely it will show you, okay, what you need to do over here. Okay, so yeah, that also this providing the Docker and checking things, right? So you can just follow this and you can install Docker, and once you complete everything is fine, so click on that continue. And now this is that main part. Okay, so here you can just keep that connection name over there. So connection name, for example, localhost, I'll just using the localhost, and container name also it is providing localhost, and username it is Postgres, whatever that username you can refer over here, but I'll use that default one. And I'll just create a password over here. So for example, pg, whatever that simple password you can just use it. I'll use it pg at the rate 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? And I can save it, but yeah, I can save it. Yeah, I save it. And then database name, whatever database name you want, you can keep it. So for example, I just want inventory data, right? So inventory db, like that. And you just keep it server as of now, not an issue. But yeah, one more thing actually you have to do, like your port. So click on that advanced. Here we have to mention that port. So this is actually they specify, so you can use it this one and whatever you want, so you can use it, but I'll use it that whatever they're providing, so I'm using this one. So once you're done, now go back and simply you can just continue. And once you continue, see, they try to create a container image, and it will take some time if you first time doing, because it will require actually that image and create a container in your Docker, and then it will start to run. So now see, it is running. And also if you see over here, localhost is green tick, that means it is connecting. And also if you show you in the Docker, so now see, this is your is running, your container is running. Also if you see, the image is this one, right? So this is your image. And also it's just create a volume over there, so that if you delete container and all, so it will keep your database in safe. Okay, so that's a Docker site implementation, so that is fine. But yeah, now its main part is how I can check that our db. So if you expand over here, now see, it is just create a two database. Default one is Postgres, and whatever we have to providing a new one. Okay, so this is our database. Okay, so if you expand that, if you just see the schema, as of now we have nothing over this. There's a no table and all. Okay, so let me just create tables and all. So before that, I can show you one more thing, which is a very important. If I just show that visualization, see, there's an option as a visualization. So right click on that db and visualization. As of now, see, we nothing have, right? Nothing, no table is over there, so that's why they are not able to show that visualization. So let me just create a new tables and all for that inventory. Also let me create a new query, and here I can just create a new table. So I can help, I can use also Copilot, but before Copilot I'll just create a new table over here, for example. So let me prepare our script over here for inventory and sales. So let me create a sales table. Yeah, so let me create inventory and yeah, sales also there, right? And let me create a data for that. So yeah, insert data for inventory tables, and yeah, sales tables also data got populated. Okay, so now I just prepared that script for tables for that PostgreSQL, and simply there's an option to run this script. So over here it's a VS Code. So just execute, and once you execute, now see, it just created all that query, right? And that we can make sure, let me refresh this data over here. So once you refresh, now expand that. Okay, might be it's not refreshed properly, so let me refresh. Yeah, I think this issue I observe actually, the table and things has got created, that we can make sure over here. For example, select star from inventory and their sales. So let me execute this. So once you execute, now see, data is available, but it is not visible over here. So that I observe actually, while creating itself here, it is not directly over here. So what I did in this case, I just disconnected and connected again. So after that it's populating. but it is fine, you can just do that. But yeah, I can show you that schema, uh, that visualization schema as well, right? So if you right click on that, now go to that visualization schema. Now see, this two table is appearing over here, that public and sales, and also it is relationship also is over there, right? This whatever items and their sales, right? And same things I can do the help of this, Copilot. Like I can prepare a query for that. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply right click on that and go to that, see over here this option, connect database in agent mode or chat with the database. Okay, so I can go with the chat with the database. So once you chat with database, and you are able to see this is the one option it's providing over here. So how you can get this option, PSQL? Okay, so this option you have to allow, then you are able to see this option. So how you can do that? Okay, go to here, go to that Copilot completion, configuration completion, and here you can see that edit settings. Okay, so go to that edit settings, and here ideally you can just check that, PGSQL. Okay, and this is that option actually you have to enable. So by default it should be disabled, so you have just checked, and that's it. And maybe required to restore your BS code, so you can just restore, that's it. Okay, so once you're done, then you are able to see over here. And now what I can do, I can ask to prepare a one query to their inventory and sales. Okay, so let me prepare. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, now see they are preparing a query, right? But they are not giving that output as we can see it expecting, right? So it could be a reason like it is not refreshed, because see as of now still I don't have a tables look like over here. That's why might be they are not treating as of table is over there. So what I'll do, simply I can disconnect. Okay, and then I can just connect it over here again, and let me check the database schema tables. Yeah, now its table is over there. Now let me do one more time chat with this database. Okay, and yeah, connection is over there. And now let me ask to that, okay, prepare a query of inventories and their sales. Okay, so let me hit enter. Okay, now see this time they are able to create that query, and also they providing the output like how many items is over there, the sales and their inventory and their sales also over there. And same things I can see this is a query they prepare, right? Like just let me copy over there and go to the database, new query, and if I just paste it over here, and I can just simply execute, so same data I can able to see over here, right? So this is that more also actually this is that flexibility provide that BS code extension, where you can just easily set up or hosted your PostgreSQL database in your locally. And yeah, there is also flexibility that Azure, but yeah, that I'll take a upcoming session, not this session. But yeah, so far it is fine. And even upcoming session also I'll show you how I can just connect this database in my real applications, right? Which I just prepare, and last time I think I prepared a inventory system. If you see, I just create a inventory system with the SQL server over here. So that I'll just show you how I can connect it with our PostgreSQLs over there, so that we can easily understand. Okay, easily we can set up and we can use it in our Postgres. Okay, so yeah, for that, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.